Edward Snowden did a live chat this morning that was fascinating, in which I think he essentially quoted me, which was a little spooky. We'll get to that. And in fact, let's get to that right now. James Bamford is with us. He's the author of his most recent book, The Shadow Factory, the Ultra-Secret NSA from 9/11 to the Eavesdropping on America. And his last name is spelled B-A-M-F-O-R-D, James Bamford. I believe it was your first book, was The Puzzle Palace?
That's right, Tom. Yeah.
Yeah. That book was extraordinary, and then you wrote a later book in which there was a chapter about the USS Liberty, as I recall.
Yeah, that was a book called Body of Secrets. I had a thick chapter in there on the Liberty.
Yes, I read it. So
appreciate it.
I've been reading your stuff for years and years. I am so pleased to have you with us, James Bamford. And you can, of course, all the usual suspects, any bookstore, Amazon.com, there's an author's page, Amazon.com/James-Bamford. I'm curious your thoughts on these revelations that are coming out from apparently attributed to Edward Snowden, that there was the U.S. was spying, the U.S. and Britain were spying on Russia and as well as on South Africa and other allies during this G8 meeting. And what's your response? What's your initial reaction to that?
Well, it's certainly not a surprise to me. They've been doing that for since long before the NSA was created. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I think it was in Body of Secrets, I wrote about how there was a real great desire to have the United Nations set up shop in New York. One of the key reasons was it make it a great deal easier to eavesdrop on all that international communication, diplomatic communications flowing in and out of New York than if it was in some other country in Europe or some other part of the world. So they've been doing spying on international meetings ever since then. As a matter of fact, you can go back to early 1920s, and they were spying on other participants in the international disarmament meeting. So spying on international meetings is just par for the course for NSA since it's long before its beginning.
Isn't it reasonable to assume it's par for the course for the intelligence apparatus or agencies of any of the developed nations of the world?
Well, that's why they have intelligence services, to get intelligence on anything that might be useful to the government that the intelligence organization is working for. And if you're going into play cards with other members of the international community, it's much nicer if you have a little earpiece where somebody's telling you what the other people's cards are.
Yeah, yeah. To what extent is that legal or illegal?
Well, I mean, that's when you're dealing internationally or outside the United States, legality is not really a issue, since spying is technically illegal in any country as long as you're spying on that country, and even to some degree spying on other countries in a foreign country. So, I mean, technically it's illegal, but that's the nature of spying, the second oldest profession.
Yeah, I mean, spies are described in the Bible. King David sent out his spies. Jehoshaphat sent out spies, as I recall.
They didn't have an NSA or electronic spying back in biblical days, but human spying they certainly did.
Yeah, Jehoshaphat had two guys. Have you had an opportunity yet to read the transcript of Edward Snowden's live chat today with The Guardian?
I have it here, but I haven't had a chance to read it. I've just been really busy with other things.
I can imagine. There was one moment in there where, actually, the one I've been saying on the air over and over and over again, more people die falling in bathtubs than are killed by terrorists in the United States. And if you aggregate 9/11 into a 10-year period, that's true of pretty much always. And we've been Googling it today. No one else seems to be saying that. And Edward Snowden today said, bathtub falls and police officers kill more Americans than terrorism, yet we've been asked to sacrifice our most sacred rights for fear of falling victim to it. He was asked at one point what would you have to say? In fact, here's the exact question. What would you say to others who are in a position to leak classified information that it could improve public understanding of the intelligence apparatus of the USA and its effect on civil liberties? And his answer was, this country is worth dying for. Your thoughts on that, sir?
Well, there's this divide in the country. Is he a traitor? Is he a whistleblower? And so forth. Mm-hmm. And I've always felt that whistleblowers are very heroic people. They sacrifice enormous amounts of, the rest of their life, their careers or their financial independence, a lot of things. And so I just think that's it's a very patriotic thing to do, is to blow the whistle on something that you see is wrong. And Mr. Snowden is not the first person to come out and say these things. Bill Binney said them last year. The only problem was he didn't have any documents to back him up. Mm. And so it took, that's pretty much what it took to shed light on this, was extracting the documents. If he had walked out of NSA and gone to the press and said what were in the documents, the next day the NSA would have come out and just said the same thing they said last year. He's wrong. The same thing they said about Binney. We don't do that. We don't do surveillance on Americans and all that, and that would have been the end of it. But you can't do that if you produce the documents.
James Bamford, what should Americans, we just have a minute left, what should Americans be doing right now in response to these revelations?
Well, they really need to, if they believe strongly enough, get in touch with their Congress people, write letters to the editor, protest if there's a protest going on or whatever. To show the fact that this is important to them. That's the problem. The government thinks that the people don't show enough interest into this topic, so we'll keep it secret and just keep doing it. The British had the opposite point of view when I was over there. It was that they would take this same type of thing, whether you're going to do surveillance on people's internet communications or whatever, and put it through the legislature, or rather the parliament, and vote on it. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. James Bamford, author of his most recent book, The Shadow Factory, the Ultra-Secret NSA from 9/11 to the Eavesdropping on America. And James Bamford, thanks again so much for being with us today.
I appreciate it, Tom. Good being on your show.
Great talking. We'll be back.